check out a ton of scary TikToks. You know what I'm saying? I've got so many oh boy. Today we're here to check out 1,111,000 bajillion TikToks. Scary ones. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're going to get the links up, you know what I'm saying, before I forget, because Lord knows it happens to the best of us. Okay, so I want you guys to type a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear the audio good. Type a 2 in the chat if you guys can't hear the audio at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know what I mean? Nothing's, you know, no sound is coming through, you know what I'm saying? It's all clicks and whistles, you know, or we're lagging crazy. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. All right, you guys. Yo, so make sure to type a 1 in the make sure to type a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear everything. Type a 2 in the chat. What the hell? It says we're not streaming. Give us a couple of more. Oh, there we are. You know what I'm saying? I see us now. What it is, guys? It is your boy Blasphemous HD. We are totally here now. I totally see us. Let's do this. Yo, so I got some really, really crazy videos to show you guys. You know what I'm saying? If we reach the first super chat milestone, type a 1 in the chat if you guys want me to show you guys a video called simply the most disturbing things that have ever happened on live stream. You know what I'm saying? Type a 2 in the chat if you guys want me instead to play a really scary video game. And then do the really scary live stream moments if we reach 100 in super chat. Yeah. All right, so I think all the audio is good. You know what I'm saying? You guys sent me a whole bunch of videos in the Discords. We going to check them mugs out. Pretty sure we're up and running. But here, I'm bringing up the comments as well.
Urban exploration gone wrong.
Yo.
Urban explorers Matt and Andy from the YouTube channel Finders, Beepers, History Seekers travel to an abandoned 1800s farmhouse in Urban Explorer.
Also, if you guys are looking for some scary video uploads, I just uploaded 2 of those mugs today. I think I uploaded 1 so far. And the other ones is coming out in like 30 minutes or something. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. Oh. Understandable. You guys sent me this one. Let's do this.
Gate to hell. Through abandoned.
I thought he said gate to hell. Must know one of my exes.
Locations over on the YouTube channel Finders, Beepers, History Seekers. Gate to hell. It's 3 a.m. and Cassandra is shocked awake by the sound of her 2 very disturbed pit bulls. As she jumps from her bed and looks out of her bedroom window, she quickly realizes why her dogs
Hey, what's up, Amaya? What's up, Haynes? What's up, Zay?
Her outside
Yo, what's up, Catboy?
Moving.
What's up, me guy? What's up, Mr. T-Bone? What's up, Mega? What is up, Nova? Yo, what's up, Sir Lanes? What's up, Rachel? What's up, Manuel? What's up, Leo? What is up, everybody? All right, so we got you guys finally up. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. All right, that's what's up. Yo, W's in the chat to somebody's. Yo, W's in the chat. Yo, you're a legend, somebody. Bro, real talk. If a girl is having you move stuff around from her ex's house, is she interested in your boy or just testing me? Thought I'd ask my boy PhD. Damn, this is a question. Oh my God. Okay, so, okay. Good news is if a female spending any time with you, you have a chance. You know what I'm saying? The good news is what I want you to do is start practicing talking to different females. You know what I'm saying? Like, just so that if this chick decides to throw some really crazy shit test at you, they sting a lot less if you have other girls' pictures of their breasts. You know what I'm saying? We gonna edit that out. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat. All right, yo. Yo, somebody. All right, cool. I'm gonna be Yo, so where'd you meet this girl at, somebody? You know what I'm saying? And how did you get yourself to a place where you could spend like a bunch of time with her? Because that is not easy. What is that? Is that the Grim Reaper? Is that a white guy? Is that dude a member of a cult? Yo, once we reach 30 and more in Super Chat, we will be turning on a scary game. Once we reach 100 in Super Chat, which is 70 more in Super Chat, we will be jumping into probably one of the funniest and or scariest videos we've ever seen in our lives. You know what I'm saying? The worst things to happen on live stream, bro. I saw one of them, and this one dude, he was doing the live stream, and his girlfriend kept shit testing him. Shit,
Now,
gore.
the movie
Good.
by itself is shocking enough.
My bad,
But most
chat.
terrifying of all, some very strange
gonna edit that
looking
out.
person appears
W's
to
in
be
the
standing
chat.
just outside the garden fence.
Yo!
Cassandra runs to grab a brighter flashlight, but when she returns, the mysterious figure has disappeared. She seems to
W's
hear
in the
something
chat.
nearby and whispers, "Hello."
Oh,
As if in response to her greeting,
Oh.
someone violently pounds on the door right beside her.
that shit scared the hell out of a black person. You know what I'm saying? Because it's either two things. We getting robbed at gunpoint, or it's the goddamn boys in blue. The alphabet boys, the police people. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to see neither one of them. I would much rather get robbed than deal with the police. You know what I'm saying? Because the police can shoot you and get away with it. Most people understand that if they shoot you, they go to jail forever. But the police, they just blast you. You know what I mean? And depending on how much paraphernalia you had on you, they can just go home and watch, you know, what is it a policeman watch? Gumballs? Gumball? I don't.
Cassandra says that she called the police, but they didn't find anyone or anything
Hey, what's up, Jonathan
around her
Aarons?
property. So
Yo, what's
whatever
up,
this
Say?
is,
What's up, Foxy?
It remains unexplained.
Yo, I bet.
So just
Ha,
a note
fucking
here,
come on.
unfortunately,
You
we will
can't
not be
do
taking
that to
any
black
news
people.
stop by-
You can't do that. Type of one in the chat if that shirt promo was jump scared the hell out of you too. Type of two in the chat if the promo didn't jump scare you just now as bad as it jump scared me.
Yeah.
That shit jump scared the shit out of me. That's not nice at all. None. Yo, W's in the chat. Yo, somebody just sent through another 50 in super chat, which means he's picking a scary game for us to play, and we're only 30 away from watching the most sickest moments in all of streaming, but we won't get banned from watching it. W's in the chat. Yo, I met her at work a year back, and the thing is that we already have done things. That's what's up. So it's awfully interesting that she contacted me a year later without me having to do a thing, you know? Difficult times, BHD. Understandable. All right, somebody. Okay, so somebody, so somebody type of one in the chat if you want me to keep it 100% real with you, but it might sting a little bit, but it'll tell you the truth, you know? Type of two in the chat if you want to be, if you want to hear me tell you how to use that chick to go get other chicks, you know, and it not sound bad. You know what I'm saying? Do you want the good news but yo, W's in the chat to somebody 32.
Summoning.
Yo, he gonna have his name in the video
Ghost
tomorrow.
Paranormal Investigations.
He's in the
team,
description.
Jeff, Phil, and Pete set out to
Give it to me
investigate
straight,
the
Doc.
alleged
All right, look, I got you. Look, we gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? All right, we gonna put on the patented BHD story time music, cause I'm gonna tell you this. Let me see. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it. Let's keep it all the way 100% real with you, bro. Okay, so the most important, a really important thing to do when you're talking to girls is try to steer the conversation away from talking to them about their ex. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, yeah, giving it to you straight, bro. Okay, so what I would do personally is Me, if I were in that situation, I would do 100 push-ups every single day as early as you could in the morning, right? At least before you have to talk to her. You know what I'm saying? That'll give you a lot of juice and a bunch of pep in your step, and that'll have you talking to her in a way where she's like, oh, you know, this dude different. You know what I mean? Now, if a girl ever asks you to do something you don't want to do, it's very, very important to say no. You know what I'm saying? It's very important to say no. Now, what this sounds like it is it's an availability test. You know what I'm saying? What an availability test is when a female hits you up out of the blue and she asks you to do some stuff that you don't want to do, right? If a woman ever hits you up out of the blue after you ain't talked to her in like a month or two, number one, it's a shit test. Number two, it's an availability test as well. You know what I'm saying? Now, the way you pass an availability test is you have to tell her that you have something to do on that day, but you want to reschedule it a week later. You know what I'm saying? This does a lot of things. Number one, it shows her that you're not thirsty. Number two, which is very important to women because they only want dudes who don't want them back. You know what I'm saying? I don't want a dude who ain't thirsty. Oh, but wait, you ain't showing me enough attention. It's back and you know what I mean? It's all a shit test. But with that being said, you have to you gotta tell her that, you know what I mean, you know what I mean, you can't hang out with her when she hits you up and ask, you know, to hang out with her and do something she don't want to do, because you know that's a shit test. Now, damn. Also, whenever you talk to this girl on the phone, you have to be the first one to hang up first. You know what I'm saying? And yes, this is, you know what I mean, you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? It sucks you got to do it because we all want to talk on the phone with women for 7 hours. But anyone who's ever talked with a woman on the phone for longer than 30 minutes will tell you that most of the 70% of the time it ends in an argument. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk to this woman on the phone, you got to keep it to like 5 to 10 minutes. And after 5 to 10 minutes, you got to tell her, what I want you to tell her is, hey, I'll talk to you a little bit later. I'm getting another call. You know what I'm saying? Yo, stay up. I'll talk to you a little bit later. Damn. And you got to act mad. We on the phone. Shit. Damn, I'm getting another call. Let me talk to you a little bit later. Damn. And then you hang up. You know what I'm saying? You do that 10 minutes into the call so that the call doesn't lose its energy. Anyone who's ever talked on the phone to women for an extensive amount of time or talked to a woman in person knows what I'm talking about. Type of one in the chat if you've ever talked to a girl for like 45 minutes and somehow the conversation, if you talk to a woman for too long, it just somehow lost energy and it went boring and then it ended in an argument or something like that, right? You know what I'm saying? Type of two in the chat if you haven't talked to a woman for 45 minutes straight, so you haven't gotten to a place where it turns into an argument. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Jack Avery? Yo, what's up? Yo, giving a homie a quick little, 10-minute pep talk, you know what I'm saying, on chicks and whatnot. So, yeah. So, also, my best advice, somebody 32 I can give for you when it comes regarding women is, now, with me personally, you know what I'm saying? When I'm kicking it with a chick, my whole reasoning for kicking it with the chick in person, we kicking it, unless she works for me, is to some point get to snoo. You feel me? Now, if you ever get 30% to snoo with the girl, and then you take a year off of her, 9 times out of 9, you should more than likely either just completely only friend zone that girl, because, you never want to do stuff with that girl, but hang out with her so that, you can talk to other girls. Because if girls see you with a girl, regardless of if you're messing with her or not, girl, they going to want to do stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to keep your female friend as a placeholder. You know what I'm saying? Give me 5 more minutes. We're going to get back into the scary videos. So that being said, also, you know what I'm saying? Somebody 32. So yeah, the reason why if you ever make it to 30%, if you ever make it 30% of the way to home base with a female and you don't seal the deal, if you don't get full on snoo with her, then she's going to get what we like to call buyer's remorse. And then she's going to accuse you of goofy shit. And then she's never going to she's going to make it real difficult to ever do stuff with again. Basically what I'm telling you is, I have never made it 50% with the chick. Okay, so let's say 30 or so chicks I've gotten 50% of the way with, right? Only 1 or 2 of those girls I have ever come back and something's actually happened. So it's like 2 out of 30. You know what I'm saying? Now I can actually tell you a real quick story about a time when I gave a girl's buyer's remorse. We gonna go ahead and say it was a real long time ago, even though I'm not gonna tell you how long it was actually ago when it happened. But for the sake of, everyone, learning a little bit about dating, you know what I'm saying? And as a thank you to somebody 32, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will tell this story. Let me know, type of 1 in the chat, if you guys want me to tell y'all that story real quick in about 10 minutes. A 10-minute story. I'll put on the timer and whatnot. We'll do it for 10 minutes. And type of 2 in the chat if you guys want me to go back to the scary videos and then just tell you this story maybe in like a half an hour or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, what's up, the Masked King Shaggy Rogers? What's up? Yo, make sure to check out the Masked King Shaggy Rogers. He makes great music. He's smart enough to keep putting out his music in YouTube shorts, because where a lot of YouTube content creators go wrong is they only put out long form. You know what I'm saying? That only works for some of us. You know what I'm saying? But short form works for everyone. You know what I'm saying? Because short form works off volume. So if you put out, pretty much, I've done the research, you type it into Chat GPT, if you put out 15 shorts, then one of them will get 30 million views, and it doesn't matter what your shorts are about. Real talk. It's all about volume. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, cool. Appreciate the advice, bro. Somebody, appreciate you back, man. No problem. BHD Army, got your back out this mug. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. Okay, so we're going to tell this story real quick. I'm going to tell y'all what happened. BHD story. BHD, drop that beat for BHD. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was, you know what I'm saying, 4 and a really, really long time ago, because I got women that hang out with me that watch these videos. Yeah. I was hanging out with this one chick, and baby girl, oh my God, I want to tell her name so bad. I do, but I can't, because she's she watches my video. She a YouTuber, so she already a celebrity. She's streaming and all that good stuff, so I can't tell you her name. You know what I'm saying? But what I can tell you is, baby girl, she was cute. She might be watching this, man. She was cute. She wasn't fine. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? If she treated me right for 5 years straight, you know what I'm saying? I get her pregnant for her. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? Me and baby girl, man, we hung out like about a good 10 times. You feel me? When I hung out with her, hanging out with this chick cost me, let me turn on, Hanging out with this chick cost me $1,500, pretty much probably $2,000. You know what I'm saying? Because every time I took her out, I had to take her out, and her, not gonna tell you all the truth. The truth is way here. It's way the guy. You know what? Damn. For somebody, for somebody, I got you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay, so with this chick, you know what I'm saying, the reason why our dates were so expensive is because, now mind you, when you go out with a woman, you cannot call it a date. Do not call it a date. Do not try to word it as it's a date. Don't say, hey, I can't believe we're finally going out. Oh my God, we're finally gonna be together. Don't say none of that, okay? Because it's an ick. Saying that you're telling a woman that you guys are together and that trying to act like you're in love with her before ever. I don't even do it with women. Bro, I got this one girl that I've been kicking it with for about 6 years. You know what I'm saying? 7 years. Some people might be asking, how did you get that long and stuff's going good still? I ain't never said that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real. You feel me? Now, this might not now. To anybody out there who's wondering, how do I program myself not to say this type of shit? Because it's in all the movies. Do 100 push-ups every morning when you wake up. You know what I'm saying? It invigorates your body as to whereas you won't have to spill that type of stuff to women because they don't like it when you share your feelings. Women will tell you to share your feelings, but type of one in the chat, if you've ever had a woman tell you, tell me your true feelings. I want to know how you really feel about me. You tell her the truth, how you really feel about her. You tell her the truth, your true feelings. You open up to her, and then next thing you know, she acting different. Or she's running, or she ain't calling back, or she's treating you different. Type of one in the chat if that's ever happened to you. Type of two in the chat if that's never happened. You know, no woman has ever. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? That's a quick little lesson, you know what I'm saying? A real quick one. So I'm kicking it with this chick, man. Somebody 32 only because it's you, and you've been so supportive. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hook you up with these secrets, okay? Yo, W's in the chat to Dylan! Dylan! W's in the chat to Dylan! You know what I'm saying? I got you this time, man. Alright, so, with that being said, you know what I mean? It's very important that, okay, so this girl, she brought her brother with her every freaking time. She would bring her brother with her, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, after about 4 times of us hanging out, I told her, yo, stop bringing your brother with you when we kick it. You know what I mean? And I told her this for 2 reasons. One is because I wanted some one-on-one time with her so that we could, you know what I mean, see where things went. 2, because her brother kept looking at me funny. You know what I'm saying? And then he kept trying to make passes at me, man. And after a while, bro, I'm gonna get fed up and not kick it with her neither. So I just did her a favor and then kept it real with her instead of me just, you know, dropping both of them. Just calling a spade, baby. If you probably watching this, she watching this. So with that being said, you know, we went out to this one sandwich spot, right? Sandwich spot was super duper good. Yo, Dylan, type of one in the chat if I said your name good, man. I hope I did. You know what I'm saying? So we go out to this food spot, right? Food spot was hella kicking it, right? Delicious food spot. You know what I'm saying? And that's another lesson. The way to a woman's heart is through her stomach, double entendre. You know what I'm saying? Now, the first, not going to talk about the second way to a woman's stomach, but the first way to a woman's stomach, into her heart, through her stomach, is with food. You feel me? You want to make sure that she remembered that her body has a great time when she's hanging out with you via her taste buds and not other stuff. You know, now with that being said, you want to take a female to a place. I take a female to a place like Citrus. They have some of the best steak shawarma fries. You got to do research. You got to go take a woman to a place where you've tested the food and you know it is freaking delicious. You know what I'm saying? Now, I took this chick to Chipotle. You know what I'm saying? We got steak shawarma fries. I fed her and her brother. You know what I'm saying? Countless times. She's playing footsie with me. It's going the good way. Now, the way you get the female to wanting to play footsie with you, to wanting to chase you, is by leaning back, leaning away from the chick. If you lean towards her, that's an ick. If you lean away from, let's say a female's sitting right here, if I lean towards her like this, it's an ick. You know what I'm saying? She's literally going to feel less attracted to me because I'm thirsty right now, right? But if I lean this way, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting next to her, then she's going to be like, oh, this dude probably has other girls, even if I don't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a born-again virgin again. You know what I'm saying? Just like Black China or Mia Khalifa. So, with that being said, the Mask King Shaggy Rogers, W's in the chat to Dylan. You know what I'm saying? But more so, W's in the chat to somebody 32. You know what I'm saying? First off, it is really, really, okay, so, after we get done eating food, you know, I'm leaning away from her. Now, there's a certain term, it's called pecking. When you lean in with a girl, they call it pecking. If you peck, then she ain't gonna give you no neck. You know what I'm saying? You lean back. Now you look, some of you might even be able to notice it. If I lean in, right? It's, you know what I mean? Basically, a good way to look at it, somebody, is if you lean when you're talking to her, you're a 7. But if you lean back like this, you know, for some reason, now women see you as a 9, right? I don't know why. I wish I knew. So it is a book said that stuff. So also with that being said, after about 3 or 4 successful hangout sessions with this chick and always leaning back and all of that stuff, you know what I'm saying? She finally was down to come to my crib alone, right? Now if a female comes to your crib alone, she's basically there for the huckleback, but you have to still be very, very calm. You know what I'm saying? Like the most important thing when you're hanging out with a female is your emotional temperament, right? You have to be calm at all times. Women are gonna test this by fucking with you. I don't like your shoes, right? Because a guy's not gonna tell her if he's really an awesome dude or not. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, an awesome dude is not gonna care if a chick says, yo, I don't like your shoes, right? I'll give you an I'll give you a sound bite to say if a chick ever says something biting about you, that, you know, something that could make a man insecure, right? So if a woman says, I don't like that you have gray hairs in your beard, right? This is one women say to me, right? I have gray hairs in my beard sometimes. You know what I'm saying? She'll say, yo, I don't like that you have what, yo, like, wow, you have gray hairs in your beard. This is exactly what you say. It works with your shoes. Yo, I don't like your pants. I don't like how tall you are. I don't like your ears. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what you say. Yo, yeah, you know what I mean? I grow my hair. I make sure to grow out my gray hairs just for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have twice as many the next time you come over. I do it just for you. That's exactly what you say. And then you change the subject to something else. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so when I get the girl, oh my God, yeah, this is actually a bit, okay, I'm going to tell y'all the story though. So I get the girl over to my crib finally, you know what I'm saying? And mind you, even when you get the girl to your crib, even if she likes you, even if she wants you so bad she can't think of anyone else, it does not matter, right? It's still probably going to take you around 5 to 8 hours of, you know, cuddling and watching a movie with her and stuff, you know what I'm saying, in order for, you know, snoo to hopefully happen. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, when you're hanging out with a girl, it's really important that you tell her, that whatever you guys talk about when it's just the both of you, she can't tell the other people, right? And the reason why it's very important to say that to a woman at least 5 to 10 times when she's alone with you in your room and cuddling and all that shit is because she needs to know that you're not going to tell anyone else. You know what I'm saying? And if you do, you at least change your name. You know what I'm saying? You do not want to be a dude that, you know, just snitches and tells everything that happens. Henceforth, I call every female in my videos Crystal. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all send a 10 in super chat and ask for her name, I will tell you, you know, it's part of being a streamer. Yo, but just know that if I get beaten for that when this woman finds me again, because she will, you know what I'm saying? You did that damage, you know? So, with that being said, you know, girl comes over, you know what I'm saying? Now, a very important thing to understand about women is you have to be the person that makes everything happen. You have to be the person that makes the vibe, right? And a best vibe template I can give for you when you're on a date with a female, if she's back at your house, is an action movie with as few slow, lovey-dovey scenes as possible. No Notebook, no Hitch, no, because whenever dating shit a female sees, she's going to immediately formulate a question to ask you that you might not be ready to hear. You know what I'm saying? Why haven't we gotten married yet, nigga? Nah, go ahead and put on the Notebook, nigga. Put on the Notebook, see what your woman, see if it's not an argument immediately. See if you don't end up crying and getting yelled at the same time. Nigga, I've watched the Notebook one time with a woman, and I went to the bathroom to cry. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to do it in front of a chick. You know what I'm saying? That's a story time that I never told y'all. So, anyway, with that being said, I put on Alien Romulus, right? Alien Romulus is 80% action, suspense, horror. All right? Action, suspense, horror will get you sat on. You feel me? Romance, all that other stuff is going to get you friend zoned. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it simple. So, some real quick movies, real fast ones. Alien Romulus. You know what I'm saying? That's a really, really good one. Atlas. You know Questionable. Alien Romulus is number one. You put on Alien Romulus, fast forward to halfway through the movie, the rest of the last hour of the movie is nothing but freaking suspense and action. You know what I'm saying? Another really good one, but it has some slow parts in it. Transformers 3. You know what I'm saying? The perfect show to put on for cuddling with a female for some reason. That usually leads to other stuff or, just hanging out, but from the inside. You know what I'm saying? Is Reacher on Amazon. Put on Reacher on Amazon. It'll get you sat on a whole lot, and you gonna start to love that. You gonna start to love that motherfucker. Be like, God damn, hey, you've hooked me up, nigga. Good looking out. Whatever actor has done that. So, W's in the chat to the Masked King Shaggy Rogers. What's up, PhD? Check out my 2 new short music videos called Unraveling, The Mask, and Sexy Dream. W's in the chat. Yo, hell yeah, we checking you out. Yo, so about 5 to 10 more minutes of dating secrets with BHD only for the Army. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna jump immediately into your new music, man. Hell yeah. Yo, you guys are freaking awesome today. You guys have great energy. Somebody 32 in the Masked King Shaggy Rogers. You guys have great freaking energy. Yo, y'all, bruh. That's what's up. You guys are freaking with the assist. You feel me? I used to play a lot of NBA Street. So, on PlayStation 2. So with that being said, also something that's also the most important thing of, and this might be out of order, you know what I'm saying, but I will reorganize this stuff if you guys ask me at a later date, you know what I'm saying. Also, one, understand that okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys something very important that I've never told you guys about me as far as dating. Number one, the reason why I've never beaten women is not because they haven't done shit, not because they haven't shit tested me so hard that I've wanted to, but just understood enough not to, which is the truth. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I don't hit females or get in physical altercations with females is not for females. It's for me, and it's because I understand that at the end of the day, a woman gets off to pissing a man off, making him crash out. Women want that. They don't know they want it, but you know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm talking about. Women are not bad people. They're awesome. You know what I'm saying? And they don't do none of this stuff on purpose. Women do not just go out into the world being like, man, I'm going to find a dude and fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? But it's freaking funny. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to show you guys a freaking a video of a woman shit testing a man and him failing really, really bad so that you guys can see what shit testing looks like and what it looks like to fail a shit test really badly. Yelling at man in Uber. Yelling at man in Uber. Yeah, here it is. Perfect. Perfect example. Look, this perfect example of what failing a shit test looks like.
At the hospital.
Look at this, 100%. You know what I'm saying? The following audio is 100% real. I know it is. It's a shit test. I've had women pull this shit test on me too. So this shit test is called the reality doubt shit test. All right? And what that is when a female says shit to you on purpose to get you to doubt your reality. You know what I'm saying? I've had countless women do this to me. I've been in jail for a year. Right? I'll tell that story to a woman. I can't tell how many women will tell me, no, you were lying. You only went for like 1 year. You only went for like 1 month. You weren't in jail for a year. Don't lie. You were it's fake. Fake it. Nah, don't lie. Reality doubting shit test, my nigga. There's literally terms for this shit. So, here it is, men.
You are at the hospital. Administration is right here.
I'm going
Get
to
in
the
there.
emergency room, sir.
Reality doubting, right? We're at the hospital. No.
Emergency room, sir.
Reality doubting, right? He's failing by yelling and screaming at her like a petulant child. See, a man, he could have $100 million in the bank and be as buff as, and look like Leonardo DiCaprio from Troy. If you do this, if Leonardo DiCaprio, not Leonardo DiCaprio, freaking Brad Pitt from Troy did this, acted like this around women when they all shit tested him like this, because all of them do. I mean, they all don't. 20, 30% of the tops. It would just feel like they all do it. You know what I'm saying? This is what he would get. But the trick is Every woman that is attracted to bad Brad Pitt is going to try this shit on Brad Pitt to make sure that he is not a loser on the inside. You know what I'm saying? So you can trick the game. You just gotta, learn all of the, you know what I mean.
Get in there!
Where-
Get out of my car now!
Where is my
Get out
destination?
of my car now!
I don't know where I am. I'm asking you where is
Yep.
my destination. If you
Yep.
will kindly point
I
Yep.
out where I am
pulled
supposed
into
to
your
go.
destination. It said here I was at your destination.
This is a hard one to pass, man. It's not easy, man. Whenever a female gets me to this point, I call her an Uber. I calm myself down and call her an Uber. And when she leaves, I take a shower and listen to Playboy Cardi. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do that shit. And this is why I'm not married yet. Is because, if a woman ever decides to do this to me and she's my wife, I can't call her an Uber, nigga. Where's she gonna go? You know what I'm saying?
It's over. Get out of my car now.
It said
Get
1760.
out of my car now.
Sir, it said...
Get out of my car now.
Oh my God, my bad. I ain't even showing y'all the video. Nut. Oh man, but yeah.
Why are you yelling at me?
Because you won't.
Yep. Why are you yelling at me? That's what you'll get. Yep. And anything else is abuse. Anything else is an allegation, bro. He hit me, but with his words. She'll just leave out the words part.
I'm asking you where is my destination. If you will kindly point at where I am
pulled
supposed
into
to
your
go.
destination. It said here I was at your destination. It's over. Get out
Yelling
of
and
my
screaming
car
does
now.
not work
It
with
said
women.
Get
1760.
out.
Arguing
of my
with women
car
does not work.
now.
Sir, it said...
Get out of my car now.
Why are
Okay, so the proper way to handle this situation is to use, now when you're on a date with a woman, there's two things that when you're hanging out with a woman, whenever you're in a woman's presence, if you like her, these are two things that I want all of you guys to start doing, especially you somebody, and especially you the Mass King Shaggy Roger, and especially you Dylan. You feel me? I want you guys to mirror her body language. Mirror her body language and use the words that she uses back at her. So with that being said, if you're talking, this only works on women. You know what I'm saying? Does not work on dudes. Only works on women. But with that being said, if he instead
yelling at me?
you're yelling at me and he says back to her,
Because you won't fucking get out of my car.
now a better answer would have been, you're right, I am yelling at you. You know what? Here, let me drive you around to this part. And then that's the correct answer, right? But then again, I'm not as mad as him, right? But when dealing with females, you have to be able to calm yourself down that fast and then be able to match her words. You know what I'm saying? Because when you match their words, they start to see you as a twin flame. And if you don't match the words, then you're just outside invader. You know what I'm saying? You're like Gorath, but you're like God of War. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know the password. If he would have said the exact same words back to her that she said to him, then he would be God of War, except charismatic. You know what I'm saying? You guys ever wonder why some women are willing to, shoot people for gangbangers? Because they're charismatic? There you go.
But you're not to yell at me. You are not to yell at me.
9-1.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Yeah. That's the reason why you never want to crash out with a female. You never want to yell and scream and try to fight her, because she will dare you to do it. To the point where women are willing to die for that shit. Just know this. Arguing's pointless.
Do it.
2 more minutes and we go to the Mass King Shaggy Roger stuff.
You are facing
Get out
very...
right fucking now.
You are facing
Get
a very...
out of my car. I'm
very-
facing a fucking moron. Get out. No.
You're facing a...
No.
You have no right to scream at me?
I will fucking talk to you any goddamn way I want.
Really?
Yes, I fucking will. And I have the right.
Where am I?
You're at a hospital where
Where-
you need to be. Get out of my car. Uh-oh. Can you get her out of my car, please?
Nigga. But yes, man, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of who you are, if that is how you handle females, that's what you'll get.
Do it.
I can guarantee you this female has never been farther from taking off her bra ever in her life. You know what I'm saying? I know, right? You know what I'm saying? Sup? There we go. Probably the same. Water and drink, bitch. All right, so with that being said, are there any other questions you have for your boy somebody? You know what I'm saying? This crash out is the best. Yes, it is the best because everyone watches it and we all get to learn what not to do whenever we're around anybody. You know what I'm saying? Especially not females. Because if you threaten to fight a female, she'll dare you to do it. You threaten to fight a dude, he'll look at you up and down and then weigh his options. You threaten to fight a female, she'll threaten you. She'll dare you to do it even if you got a gun pointed at her. Like, I don't think I've seen that shit happen, but I've heard stories of it happening. She'll dare. not gonna tell that story. So,
You are facing
Get out right fucking now!
You are facing.
Get out of my car!
So, with that being said, we're about to check out the Masked King Shaggy Rogers. You know what I'm saying? All right, Joe. Let's see. Okay, so matter of fact, I'm going to tell you guys the story of when that actually happened. Like, a woman took everything a man had, and then everything. Like, she just completely got him for everything, and then dared him to do something. He came over with a gun. He pointed it at her. She dared him to do it. And, you know, she just kept daring him and calling him. He pointed it at her. She dared him to do it. And, you know, she just kept daring him and calling him a loser. Do it. You're not man enough to do it. You're not going to do it. Don't do that. Let's never do that, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's like to see a little bit of method to my madness. You know what I'm saying? Why I'm not betrothed. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's always good to still, you know, talk to females and hang out with them and whatnot. Like, oh, my bad. Yeah. Let's see. Hold up. We got you coming up fresh, the Masked King Shaggy Rogers. Yeah. Bruh. Let's see. And boom. All right, Joe. All right. So let's see. This story, let's see, what story am I going to tell you guys? Well, I might as well just tell you guys. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. King, unraveling the mask. There we go. And let's see. All right, so Masked King Shaggy Rogers says that is so racist that they won't let me see that. All right, let's see. All right, so full screen this mug. Oh, hilarious. That's funny how that works, but that makes perfect sense once I think about it a little bit. All right, we are back. Okay, so let's see. All right, pull this mug up. All right, Joe, let's see. Check out the shorts, unraveling the mask, and sexy dream. We got you, Brody. Guys, got you coming up fresh. Okay, so with that being said, there was this dude who he built a business, and he built his business up to be making like $40,000 a month, right? And when he built his business up to make $40,000 a month, you know what I'm saying, he went to jail. Now, when he went to jail, you know, he did what Gucci Mane did. He gave all of his money to his girl and said, hey, you know, flip that when I get back. You know, let's have way more money. We're going to spend it. We're going to spend it together. It's going to be loving. It's going to be good. It's going to be, you know what I mean, all of that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, I'm pretty sure he did not know that when he was doing that, what he was actually doing was yeah. So he had gotten married to this chick. He believed, you know, happy wife, happy life, blah, blah, blah. So he gave her all the money, went to jail, and after being in jail for 5 years, he got out of jail. And the female, you know, since he had given control of all of his business to his girlfriend or his wife, you know what I'm saying, she took the business and she just didn't produce anymore. She didn't produce anymore and just kept all the money that came out from the business, right? And so she's making like $25,000 a month while tanking his business purposely just to piss him off. And he doesn't even know that this is a shit test. He does not know that any of this is a shit test. He thinks that this is a woman being a woman towards him. You know what I mean? And this is honestly why one of my philosophies about dating is that is that a woman, is better to dump a woman and to go, it's easier to find a new woman that'll treat you the way you want to be treated than it is to convince a woman, or try to convince a woman that already treats you bad to treat you better. Like, it's way easier just going and finding a new chick. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like, from personal experience, you know what I'm saying? I've literally gone from a woman treating me like I had no value at all, and then, you know, go find a new woman, and that woman treats me like I'm the greatest thing since pants with pockets. Like, I've seen the switch. That's why I don't stick around with any women that treat me bad. You know what I'm saying? That's why if a female ever come at me with goofy shit, or come at me with disrespect, or a whole bunch of shame, and we've been dating for like 6 months, in the beginning, every woman is going to attempt shame to try to, you know, disqualify you from the hoo-ha. You feel me? Now, you know, it's up to us as dudes to get past that. You know what I'm saying? They call it a bitch shield. You know what I'm saying? That's what they call it. Every female's got a bitch shield. You know what I'm saying? Once you get past a female's bitch shield, like, females are fucking awesome to have around. But only once you wrestle that dragon. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, also, it is important that, somebody, is there any other advice or anything you would like? Wow, we listened to the Masked King Shaggy Rogers' latest tracks. Make sure to go and subscribe to the Masked King Shaggy Rogers. You know what I'm saying? Check him out. You know what I'm saying? Look forward to his musical releases, because as you can see, he is good at it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to go check him out. He's a good friend of your boys. You know what I'm saying? Did I date anybody after spring break TTs? Okay, so now it's really funny, because whenever somebody sees me hang out with women, they all that are just my friends, they think that, like, I'm dating the woman because the woman treats me good and treats me with respect and stuff, when in all actuality, like, you know, it's just that, you know, if anyone out there were to learn my teachings and treat women the way that I treat women, you know what I'm saying, instead of pedestalizing them and stuff, just figure out what they like and only really give them that. You know what I'm saying? But whenever they act shitty, drop them. You know what I'm saying? And then when they come back, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, then y'all can talk about, you know, like, how to, you know, get the energy back good and shit. Oh shit, nigga, I got cotton candy brandy, man. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, with that being said, we're gonna take a real quick. Okay, so I want to show you guys, I just made some Jolly Rancher Sprite a little bit ago. You know what I'm saying? Minus the promethazine. Now, I haven't shaken it around yet. Look at this. Yeah, look at this. Look at that. It's like a tornado of flavor tones. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. So, I wonder what it tastes like. Hold on, give me a second. We're gonna see what this tastes like. God damn. It's 100% Cambodian, yo. This shit delicious. That's real. Now, with that being said, I'm doing good, King Leo. What's up, Brandon? What's up? Hey, what's up, the Masked King Shaggy Rogers? What's up, Aaron? What's up, Dylan? Now, with that being said, I'm doing good, King Leo. What's up, Brandon? What's up? Hey, what's up, the Masked King Shaggy Rogers? What's up, Aaron? What's up, Dylan? This crash out is the best. All right, so uses at you and use those same sentences back to her, but in like a statement form or some shit like that, you'll notice a 50 to 75% increase in the way she treats you. She'll be a lot less angry towards you. You know what I'm saying? All that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. So with that being said, what time is it where you guys are at, and where are you guys viewing this from? But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? It is, and also the most important thing I forgot to teach you guys, and we're getting right back to the scary videos, is, let's see, when the way to break the touch barrier with the woman is to you guys, and we're getting right back to the scary videos, is, let's see, when barrier with the woman is to zones, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If you want to know what I'm talking about, what's an erogenous zone, look in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? So, great places to touch a chick during conversation, her shoulder. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking to her, yeah, blah, 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 you'll touch her shoulder real quick. But the most important thing that you have to execute when you're breaking the touch barrier with women is releasing them off of your touch. That's, swear to God, it's the most important part. So the thing that makes a woman like you is not when you pull your body, her waist into yours. Or, you know, when you put your hands around her waist, or when you hug her, right? When you go to hug a woman, the thing that makes her get intoxicated with you is not when you go to hug her. The thing is, or you hugging her, or pressing your body against hers. The thing that makes her intoxicated with you is the breath of air she gets when you let her go. You know what I'm saying? Is releasing her back. You know what I'm saying? Because women love it when dudes aren't thirsty. But yeah, let's get into these scary videos. You know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, so type of 1 in the chat if you guys want to watch the Scary Nukes video first. Type of 2 in the chat if you guys want to watch the most disturbing things ever caught on live stream first. Because we've reached that super chat milestone. You know what I'm saying? 70. Once we reach the next 70 in super chat, we will be playing the next one. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, so 1s and 2s, men. 1s and 2s.
Haunted Stanley Halls in South Norwood Hill, London.
Oh, also, the most important thing is do 100 push-ups a day. You know what I'm saying? Mirror a woman's body language. Mirror her sentences and the words she says to you. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll calm her, keep her calm around you. Because, you know, women can't fight members of their own tribe, you know. But, yeah, you know what I mean. But also, do not smother her and don't lean in when you're talking to her. And don't tell her you love her until after she's pregnant.
England. Stanley Halls was designed and built in 1903 by successful British inventor William Ford Robinson Stanley. Although a man of science, William Stanley was always intrigued by the paranormal.
Oh boy.
It is said that William performed a total of 13 seances to contact the dead and obtain insights into the future.
Word?
A series of seances that took place.
It's that dude. It's Snape. It's that dude from Harry Potter.
Communication with spirits to predict the future.
No. That's the dude from the last Star Wars movie.
To look at.
What was his name?
What the improvements.
What was the name of the guy in Star Wars?
50 years.
William Stanley passed away from a heart attack in 1909.
Rayo or something?
But Stanley Hall still stands today and is now a community center for the arts. The Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations team is told that many workers and visitors claim to have heard or seen the spirit of William. So the investigators attempt to make contact with his ghost. They set up several static cameras throughout the building and then sit down at a table in the main hall stage area. Any more over on the YouTube channel, Ghost Tech Paranormal Investigations. An unrestful stop.
Dang.
Late one night, truck driver Danny Ramirez pulls over at a rest stop in Oregon to sleep for the night.
Hey, what time is it where you guys are at, and where are you guys viewing this from?
But there will be no sleep this night. He experiences something truly bizarre.
Started to hear stuff out here. I'm over here on 97 on the rest stop. And, I don't know. What the hell is that?
Huh?
Animal-like wail can be heard coming from
Oh, I bet.
the woods right in front of Danny's park.
All right, you guys, we're going to jump right into the most horrific incidents on live stream.
Let's start with the most
Nah, man.
strange, and then gradually move on to some of the most horrific events that ever happen on live stream.
Word?
I made this iceberg myself.
Hail attack? Germany? Hold on now. Huh? I mean, maybe. Let's see what this one is.
Just a year earlier, IShowSpeed had been
Yeah, this one. Yo, W's in the chat to somebody 32. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, Brody, for super chatting 70 directly through the channel. I was about to say tip jar. Links in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to the Mask King Shaggy Rogers, who super chatted 50 directly through. We getting this mug popping.
I'm a popular, it's different call, okay? I'm trying to explain that y'all not
These are the worst things to get caught on live stream in the form of an iceberg. We'll start with the more strange, and as the video progresses, the footage will become
Dumb G's Dine and Dash? Damn. Nut. Sarah Kate's cat. Oh, Alyssa Jordan abuse. Damn.
increasingly terrifying and horrific. I made this iceberg myself, and it delves into the worst incidents ever captured on a live stream.
Oh boy.
Viewer discretion is highly advised.
Oh, I bet. All right, so once we reach the next 70th super chat, we will be putting on part 2 of this video. You know what I'm saying? Scary. You know what I'm saying? Plus, really, really, really scary. Because real life stuff is super scary. Stuff that other stuff is just scary. It's kind of scary.
Level 1.
Things are going great, Dylan. I mean, Dylan.
Kai New York riot.
Kai Cenat, New York riot.
In August 2023, popular Twitch streamer Kai Cenat organized a video game console giveaway in New York City's Union Square, promising that a handful of people would win a PlayStation 5. Of course, that was too good of an offer to turn up for many of his followers. So when the big giveaway day arrived, Kai found himself surrounded by thousands and thousands of his followers, all of whom were desperate to win.
Shit.
The chaos was so extreme that Union Square became totally chaotic.
Oh, I bet.
The NYPD deployed 1,000 officers to try and control the chaos, but the arrival of the authorities just riled the crowd up even more.
Damn. Made it even worse.
Kai's fans began a violent riot.
Damn.
Objects at the police, climbing on vehicles, and setting off fire extinguishers to create even more confusion.
Oh boy.
By the time Kai left the scene,
hey, what's up,
he had a bunch of
Sharice?
fans hanging onto his car. 65 people were ultimately arrested at the riot. 30 of them were juvenile offenders.
Damn.
And Cenat himself was taken into police custody, facing charges of inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. But for Kai Cenat, the whole thing resolved itself pretty nicely. By May 2024, when he finally faced the consequences, the judge decided that there was no value in prosecuting him. Instead, it would be better for him to pay $55,000 in restitution and issue a public apology online where all of his fans could see it. Rob CD.
Damn.
In 2020, Rob CD, an Australian Twitch streamer living in Tokyo, was doing one of his usual streams. He was out in the city, hanging with his friends and with locals, taking in the sights. But then something strange happened. Out of nowhere, a Moroccan woman passed by looking extremely distressed and uncomfortable as she spoke with a guy. When she finally reached Rob and his crew, she told a man who was with her that she was with her friend, suggesting that he go somewhere else. That was when Rob realized she was being followed by this creepy guy, and he had to help.
Oh boy.
Rob played along without a second thought, greeting the woman as though they had been friends forever. He even spoke with the stalker, having a little chat before sending him off on his way.
Oh, I bet.
It turned out that this guy had followed the girl for 2 days, leaving her with a deep feeling of unease and concern for her safety.
2 days?
In Japan.
Nigga.
But Rob's quick thinking likely ended up saving this girl's life.
Nigga.
And his ability to handle the situation without any drama or escalation made him a hero to his many followers. In fact, this is such a common thing for him that he's now forever known as the Angel of Shibuya.
Oh, I bet. Yo, type of 1 in the chat if you've ever run into somebody in real life who's like, some crazy stuff was happening to him. You know what I'm saying? Type of 2 in the chat if you ain't ever seen nothing crazy in real life. That's what's up.
Playmate Tessie.
Oh boy.
January 2021. Twitch streamer Maya West, also known as Playmate Tessie, is streaming as per usual. But instead of playing games, she's hanging out on the video chat website Omegle, joking and chatting with the total strangers that happen to appear on her screen. But then came a girl with a serious medical condition, leukemia. Maya's instinctive response was to mock her.
fat, you're ugly, you look deformed, you're poor, and you have cancer, no hair, and your wig's crooked, by the way, fix that.
She made endless rude and derogatory comments about her appearance, calling her fat and ugly, even going so far as to threaten to sue her and take away her treatment funds. The whole stream was such an unimaginable disaster that her followers rejected her overwhelmingly for her horrific, narcissistic, and cruel treatment of an innocent person. Overnight, she lost thousands of followers, earning herself unending aggression on social media by people who thought she was cruel and insensitive.
Damn.
And as if all of this was not bad enough, just 2 weeks later, she
Yeah, I
fell
can imagine how
asleep
crazy
during
that out there,
the live
Sharice.
stream while her dad and sister were arguing and yelling about a lot of personal details.
Uh-oh.
Well, all of her outraged fans went and found her dad's workplace, sending in the clips of her making comments about people with cancer and costing her dad his job. By the time she was back on stream, her dad sent a very clear message.
I need you at my house. I'm gonna be home in an hour. You better not be there.
I'm trying to delete. I can't delete it.
I don't know. You should have never ever added on.
I was sleeping. I didn't know you were screaming.
Oh.
He wanted her out of his house, disgusted that she would do such a thing in front of the world.
Oh, I
Of
bet.
course, she reacted in her usual spoiled brat way, reporting him to the police for alleged abuse. In a single stream, Maya basically ruined her entire streaming career and her life, forced to stream from a crappy hotel room while her dad ripped her to pieces.
I'm not paying for your bills anymore. You got to get out of my house. I've been taking care of you for 25 years. I'm tired of it. You cost me my job. You got to go. Oh, that's how you gonna treat me? Oh yeah. Hello 911. He's killing me. Yeah. Yeah. Evidence. What the fuck is that stuff? I'm currently being murdered and he's dead. Nigga. I guess that happens to every guy if he tells a girl no.
Zillion OP fake disability.
Good.
Early days of Twitch, Zillion OP
Yo, that's cool that
was
you're from
an extremely
California.
promising streamer. His World
Yeah,
of Warcraft
yeah.
streams would
Hey,
draw
Sharice, I hope you're having a
thousands
good
and
day.
Thousands of viewers, many of whom admired
Oh my God,
him
this is
personally
bad.
for the hardships he had faced. Zillion OP was paralyzed from the waist down thanks to a brutal and severe car crash. He had always streamed in a wheelchair, which is why it was so surprising when on April 5th, 2013, during a stream with his girlfriend, he said he had to go AFK and, thinking he had swapped his overlays, he stood up from his wheelchair and walked out of frame, only to immediately realize his mistake.
Shit.
But when he came back to tilt the camera down, the damage was done. The viewers were stunned, immediately calling him out in the chat over what they had just witnessed. Shortly after, Zillion and his girlfriend tried to explain the situation, claiming that Zillion had
I bet.
fallen while trying to stop his dog messing with his computer cables.
Oh, I bet.
It made absolutely no sense to anybody.
Yeah, it
especially
usually
since
doesn't.
The camera caught the reflection of a fish tank, clearly showing him standing up and walking away. The scandal went viral, forcing Twitch to permanently ban Zillion from the platform for fraudulent practices.
Damn.
In total, it's believed he had received around $20,000 in donations.
Damn.
All because he pretended that he could not walk.
Damn.
Jake and Bake.
Word?
Streamer Jake and Bake was in the middle of a late-night stream in Korea, discussing his equipment setup while standing outside of a kebab shop when he noticed an uncomfortable and clearly distressed young woman rushing past with a man. It was
Hey.
something that Jake had seen before on other streams. When she spotted that Jake was in the middle of a live stream to thousands of people, she immediately made a beeline to him, pulling the "Sorry, I'm here with my friend" card with him. It was pretty obvious to Jake that she did not know nor want to know this man. She was being followed against her wishes. So, Jake did what he had to do, playing along and talking to her as though they had always known her, encouraging the stalker to just keep walking and leave her alone. Of course, they had never met before, but Jake knew that she needed help to escape what could have been a seriously dangerous situation.
Damn.
The woman thanked him the minute that the guy left, admitting that she had felt like she was in serious danger. Jake had done a very good thing, potentially saving this woman from a pretty grim fate.
Yeah, all you got to do after that is just take her to In-N-Out Burger for food. We're going to edit that out.
Level 2, Mr. Big. On October 1st, 2015, Mr. Big was live streaming on Twitch when...
All right, you guys, type 1 in the chat if you guys can hear all the audio and the audio levels are good. Type 2 in the chat if you guys can't hear the audio and the audio levels are bad. Yes.
He had a sudden and strange knock at the door, despite it being around 11:30 p.m.
It
was the police.
Oh.
Apparently, there had been a noise complaint reported at Mr. Big's house, but he did not believe he had done anything wrong and had no interest in complying with the incident.
Damn.
He totally refused to provide his name to the responding officer. Of course, that wasn't received well. The officer had a job to do and was determined to do it no matter what. After a long discussion about his rights as a citizen, Mr. Big was arrested and escorted out of the apartment.
Hey, what's up, Sharice? What's
Shortly
up,
after
Stargazer?
Mr.
What's
Big's
up, Jonathan?
arrest, a burglar took advantage of Mr. Big's arrest and the unlocked door, stealing as much as he wanted. Nike Air Jordans, a gaming headset, a wallet, and a cell phone.
Not the J's, baby.
Unfortunately, the arrest had happened during a live stream, so the entire thing was captured live on camera, and the viewers promptly reported the incident to the police. It turned out that the burglar was Mr. Big's own neighbor, who was arrested and charged with felony offenses. All of Mr. Big's stolen property was returned.
Yes!
Dum G's Dine and Dash.
He wasn't black.
It was October 24th,
No!
2024, and
Beetlejuice?
Kick streamer Dum G's was taking part in a contest organized by a fellow streamer. The best date stream would win $50,000. So Dum decided he would take a homeless woman on a date to a classy restaurant. The whole date was streamed with Dum and the woman ordering all the food that they wanted on the assumption that Dum would be paying. But when the bill finally came, Dum claimed he left his wallet in the car and fled the restaurant.
Word?
I think I left my wallet in my car. I'll be right back. All right. Hold on.
No! No!
My name's ATM. Nari. Thank you.
Hopping into a rideshare vehicle while Mabel was still in the restaurant. Dum kept the stream running while he dined and dashed, leaving the homeless woman with the challenge of finding a way to pay the bill. But by this point, the stream had already gone viral, outraging pretty much everybody who saw it. Dum's exploitation of the homeless woman touched a serious nerve, with many
that wasn't
calling
smart.
for his total ban from every single platform.
Damn.
And the co-founder of Kick agreed, permanently banning Dum and offering a $50,000 reward to anyone who could help him connect with the homeless woman to make it right. But Dum now faced a serious challenge, saving his streaming career. When he finally came to discuss the problem, he claimed that the whole thing was scripted and that the homeless woman was in on it from the beginning, but it didn't stop the outrage whatsoever. Ice Poseidon's run-in with a mob gangster.
Damn!
Live streamer Ice Poseidon was in the middle of an IRL stream at an Italian restaurant in Los Angeles when he was suddenly confronted by an irate man claiming to be the owner of the restaurant and a member of the local mafia. He told Ice that many of the other customers had complained about him, warning him that the sooner he left, the better. It was an ominous warning, one that his followers urged him to take seriously.
Yeah, this one's wild.
I'm getting about 30 calls about you on my phone, and I'm a gangster. So you better leave here right now before there's trouble for yourself. You understand that? You're the mob over here. You better leave now. Got it?
So Ice promptly left the restaurant, but his curiosity got the better of him. A little while later, he went back to the restaurant to understand what the complaints had been. And much to his confusion, he discovered that the guy who threatened him was not the owner. Actually, he was just a delivery guy, who wasn't even working at the restaurant at the time he had threatened Ice. In fact, the real owner had to tell Ice that the guy almost definitely had just exaggerated or entirely made up any ties to the mafia. At no point had Ice ever been in any danger. nor had any complaints been made about his behavior.
Damn.
This was simply some guy who wanted to make an impression on the stream. And he definitely did that. Pokimane fires her editor.
How was that
During
bad?
One of her Twitch streams, Pokimane started to recall an incident in which she had to fire one of her video editors for
Hey, chat, what time is it where you guys are at? Yeah.
an insanely inappropriate and disturbing reason. The editor was consistently missing deadlines, often delivering videos a week or two late.
Oh.
When she confronted him about the delays and demanded an explanation, he told her. He told her a little too much.
Hey, do you have time to talk? I'm ready to finally tell you why I've been struggling so much with deadlines.
Oh.
And I said, oh, like, great. Hopefully this is something that we can fix. Tell me why he proceeds to tell me that the reason why he would sometimes turn around videos a week or two late is because he couldn't stop touching himself.
What?
He admitted that he couldn't meet the deadlines because he couldn't stop touching himself.
What?
Pokimane clarified that the editor never said it was specifically about her, but the confession was highly inappropriate and unprofessional regardless, especially given that she had been sending him hours of unedited footage for his work. Despite the incident, Pokimane continued to pay the editor for a few months, viewing his behavior as an addiction problem. But eventually she realized the gravity of the situation and completely terminated the working relationship.
Yeah, that goes back to what I said earlier. Never, just don't tell women the truth. You know, I'm going to go ahead and say it. All right? I'm sorry, ladies, but it's the truth. Stop opening up to women, man. You got to not do that shit. It's just, I don't think anything good has ever come from opening up to a woman. I'm going to keep it real. I love women. I do. I don't open up to them. I don't even, you know. Yep, we ain't gonna laugh about that, but just please don't do it. What's really messed up is he thought that was gonna go good. I'm gonna tell her what I'm really into, and she's gonna offer to help. She's gonna offer to come into my apartment and help. That has never happened in anywhere other than Showtime After Dark, you know, because HBO, like all the cable networks, they show risque movies after 10. We gonna edit that out because I've never seen that stuff. I've seen that stuff.
The story quickly went viral, with other female or women-identifying streamers admitting that they too had experienced the same kind of harassment, and that it was commonplace in just about all aspects of streaming.
It's commonplace
Your
in every
fellow
aspect of everywhere.
Addison Pierre Malouf, also known as Your Fellow Arab, is a YouTube personality who is famous for going to the most dangerous places in the world and filming his experiences there. Pretty much everywhere he's gone, he's been held at gunpoint or worse. But one of the most alarming live stream experiences came in Miami. Arab wasn't in the most dangerous place he had ever been. Nigeria was intense and Brazil was pretty dangerous. But Florida, by comparison, should be fairly easy. But while he was streaming in a park, he settled down next to a random guy who wanted money for drugs. Arab told him he had no money and that he was tired of being disrespected by a stranger, but that's when everything took a turn. The guy started telling him that he was a gang member who was willing to kill anybody who crossed his path and pulled out a gun to prove it. Sensing the danger, Arab quickly got up and fled the scene, even as the guy kept screaming at him. Again, this was not the most dangerous place he had ever been. This was Florida. But even he knew when to leave trouble alone.
Damn.
Carl Reimer. It was
That's
March
wild.
2020, and Carl Reimer was streaming Call of Duty to his 100,000 Twitch followers while drinking. At one point, one of his followers had made some kind of joke, prompting Carl to grab a gun and jokingly threaten the viewer. But in doing so, he accidentally pulled the trigger, discharging the gun which had one live round inside. The bullet
Hey,
tore
what's
through a
up,
metal
Jonathan?
cup, ricocheted and destroyed his computer monitor. Nobody was hurt, thankfully, but Carl knew he would face consequences for this. Almost immediately, Twitch suspended his account, and his esports team, Soar Gaming, immediately dropped him from the squad. Carl came back to post an apology video acknowledging his mistake and taking full responsibility for his actions, making it clear that guns are not toys and should never be handled irresponsibly, especially while intoxicated like he was. But the damage was done, and while many of his followers applauded him for taking responsibility for his own stupidity, it was too late to undo it. He had already lost many of the streaming collaborations he had worked so hard to achieve. iShowSpeed swatted. It was November 2023, and iShowSpeed was celebrating the purchase of his new $10 million home with a fun Fortnite stream to his over 10 million subscribers. But then everything took a very sudden and abrupt turn, all thanks to his followers. iShowSpeed quickly and suddenly left his streaming setup, telling his followers that he had to step away for his own safety. Suddenly, the room was full of armed police officers, and that was when everybody realized what was going on. He had been swatted again.
Damn.
Just a year earlier,
Hey, what's up,
iShowSpeed
Shreese?
had been swatted and handcuffed on stream, all because someone online decided to call in a fake emergency call to get as many police to his new house as possible. The situation was so terrifying to Speed that he took to Snapchat to express his frustration, warning viewers about how dangerous the whole thing was and how close he came to dying.
All right, you guys. This video is called "The Most Disturbing Things Ever Caught on Live Stream," and it's an iceberg and documentary template as well. You know, in form and whatnot. Now, with that being said, you know what I'm saying, we reached the super chat milestone of 100 super chat. You know what I'm saying, this is a secret unlockable video for the stream. You know what I'm saying, type of one in the chat. Type of one in the chat if once we reach the next super chat milestone, the next hidden super chat milestone, we play part 2 of this video. Type a 2 in the chat if once we reach the next stream. You know what I'm saying? Type of 1 in the chat. Type of 1 in the chat. Type of 1 in the chat.
Be concerned about the other person's well-being or worried about the damage that could have been caused. But instead, Carsnob's be concerned about the other person's well-being or worried about the damage that could have been caused. But instead, Carsnob's instant reaction. Of course, some people pointed out that the footage would be valuable when it came to claiming insurance, as it would prove that Carsnob didn't actually cause the incident. It didn't reflect particularly well on him, however. Level 3. Redempto gets choked. It was February 13th, 2022, and Redempto was doing an IRL stream in Amsterdam. These streams were the most popular things he did on his channel, but he had something of a history of...
Yeah, that's what's up, Sharice. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You say I'm right about men not opening up to women. Well, it's good for women and men. You know what I'm saying? That way women don't have to end up being a dude's emotional punching bag, and the dude doesn't have to end up losing his girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? It works for everybody. From what women don't want to be told a whole bunch of emotionally heavy crap. They want to come over, hang out, and have fun and chill and play video games and watch movies and stuff.
Encountering some pretty awful people willing to harass and assault him on stream. Today, however,
Hot Cheetos
was worse. Walking through downtown Amsterdam, the streamer was approached by a clearly intoxicated man who suddenly grabbed him by the throat and told the followers that he was going to kill the streamer. He choked Redempto until he lost consciousness.
Really?
And while the stream continued, all the followers could see was a black screen and the concern of their fellow viewers.
That's wild.
One of the most horrifying things they had ever witnessed. The next day, Redempto updated his fans that he was safe, but that he had hit his head and was planning to file a police report. Fortunately, Redempto managed to get a clear shot of the attacker's face on stream.
Damn.
Within a few hours, the attacker, a 20-year-old, was located and arrested for assault. But this is far from the only incident Ray Dempto has ever suffered.
Really?
Summit 1G Pokemon Park swatting.
Damn.
It was July 2016, and Twitch streamer Summit 1G was live streaming the biggest game of the moment, Pokemon Go. He had headed to a local public park to try and capture the Pokemon there when someone in the comments posted a pretty concerning comment. Police were in the park searching for someone with an AK-47. Nobody really thought anything of the claim until just moments later, armed officers suddenly appeared approaching Summit and his friend with their rifles drawn.
Oh boy.
They had received a false report of an armed individual in the park that matched their descriptions. They had been swatted. Summit handled the situation calmly and reasonably, cooperating fully with the police and their instructions. But he was always aware that they had their weapons trained on the pair from various positions. As they were ordered to walk backward toward police, the stream went dead. Later that afternoon, Summit posted to Twitter informing his followers that everything was just fine. The police had been friendly enough and understood the situation. But since then, Summit has been swatted many more times, even coming to describe himself as the most swatted streamer on Twitch.
That's insane.
It's a title that has forced him to relocate his family members multiple times, something that continues to frustrate him. Dr. Disrespect's house shooting. It was September 2018.
They shot his house?
Dr. Disrespect
Damn.
was streaming Call of Duty Black Ops 4 from the comfort of his California home. But he suddenly heard a strange noise coming from outside. When he suddenly left his chair to investigate the noise, he found the terrifying source of the noise. Someone had shot at his house, breaking the upstairs window while his family was at home, and he had to immediately end the stream.
Damn!
In fact, this was the second incident in 2 days involving someone shooting out one of his windows. Just days earlier, someone had shot the window of his car, leaving him with a distinct impression that someone wanted him dead. The San Diego Sheriff's Department clarified that someone had fired a BB gun at the house, not a real weapon. But the force required to shadow a window is pretty intense, so it's safe to say that even that did not bring...
Probably a little bit more than a BB.
And the authorities had no idea who actually fired the weapon. All they knew was that the shots likely came from a nearby park. They had no idea of potential suspects, and they didn't even believe that guy was being targeted because of his internet fame. When he returned, he assured everyone that he was just fine, but unwilling to discuss the situation further. Sarah Kate's cat.
Damn.
In September 2014, Twitch streamer Sarah Kate was in the middle of a Black Ops 2 stream when she decided to take a break from gaming. She reached for her beloved cat Olive, who had been perched on the back of her chair. But something suddenly changed inside the cat. Olive lashed out for no particular reason, scratching Sarah with full claws and catching her eye in the process. The injury was caught on camera, and it was so bloody and severe that her followers were seriously concerned. Sarah did not hesitate to end the stream and rushed to the hospital for treatment, but it turned out that she got very lucky. Sarah had been wearing contact lenses, which may have well prevented more serious damage to her cornea. But Olive had managed to scratch both her eyeball and the surrounding lid, causing quite a bit of damage. However, the medical experts assured her that she would make a full and healthy recovery within a few weeks.
Cheese grater. I'd put my cat in the microwave. That's real. I'd sprinkle cheese, salsa, guac, sour cream, all the condiments on them, but we would have been eating fresh that day. You know what I'm saying? I'd have Burger King that little nigga. That's how you feel? Word? That's how you feel? Oh, yeah.
The video quickly went viral, bringing a lot of new attention to Sarah and her cat.
I'd have ate that
and
nigga.
Prompting her to start selling merch based on the incident. Within 2 years, Sarah had been fully recovered enough that she could look back on the whole thing from a
furry
more
little
comfortable
bastard.
and far less
You
scary
gonna treat me? I done everything for you.
It was June 2018, and a YouTube prankster known as Arab Andy wanted to perform his biggest stunt yet, pranking the University of Washington.
Please don't say it was a bomb threat. Please don't say it was no goofy shit.
He came up with this whole elaborate plan that would scare everybody and guarantee the video to go viral. He walked into a classroom during an end-of-year reception carrying a phone and a speaker. Raising it into the air, he played a message stating that a bomb had been activated and a countdown had begun.
You goofy bastard.
Has been successfully activated. Bomb detonation countdown successfully started.
Everyone in the building had only a short space of time to escape.
What are you doing?
The 30 people present freaked out exactly as Andy had planned. They desperately fled the room, activating the fire alarm in the process. The university took the threat deadly seriously, evacuating several nearby buildings as a precaution. But all of this was fake.
Please say they shot this nigga. Please tell me that they scrubbed this nigga from the gene pool. We do not need this nigga reproducing. I mean, he doesn't look like he's...
The university took the threat deadly seriously, evacuating several nearby buildings as a precaution. And even after all of the chaos was unfolding on campus, he continued to live stream people's terrified reactions to his prank in total amusement and satisfaction. University of Washington Police, Twitch streamer Angel Walks was taking part in a live Call of Duty Warzone tournament in July 2020 when he suddenly heard a series of loud bangs and...
All right, you guys, type of 1 in the chat if the stream is lagging like all hell. Type of 2 in the chat if the stream is not lagging at all. I hope it's just my own Wi-Fi. Hold on, let me see. OBS, what they doing to us. You pieces of crap. I'm talking about the internet. Those the fuck? Screams? Nigga.
Fox was taking part in a live Call of Duty Warzone tournament in July 2020 when he suddenly heard a series of loud bangs and screams outside of his bedroom.
Ooh. Ooh.
Knowing that something was strange about the whole situation, he paused his stream. Viewers had no idea, but Angel had just discovered that his brother Roberto had just been found unresponsive in his room. Knowing that it would be wrong to even try and go ahead with the stream, given the tragedy happening in the next room, Angel had to tell the truth. Returning to the stream, Angel told his viewers that his brother had died and that he had to leave right away. It was later revealed that Nikki Elise, also known as Sajidine, was 17 years old.
I was just about to say she was bad. Thank you so much for saying her age right after you showed that she is you know, really ugly, unequivocally unattractive. Yeah, it's real laggy, y'all. I hope it stops. You know what I'm saying?
Old when she had her most...
This is, man, I'm seeing it being laggy. Man, these...
dramatic stream yet. She was streaming Dota 2 on Twitch from her Arizona home when she suddenly heard a disturbance coming from the next room. Confused and concerned, she quickly...
Where did the stream come out? Is she attractive yet? Nah, still 17.
Quickly left her streaming setup to figure out what was going on. But when she left the room, the viewers heard those words, "On the ground now."
Was it? We're not gonna say it's someone dressed up in S&M gear with a whip. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know.
Within minutes, an armed man entered Sajidine's room in full view of her followers watching from around the world. The guy took out a bunch of items which seemed to be weapons before turning off the lights and disconnecting the camera, bringing the stream to a very abrupt end. The robbery had been witnessed by one of Sajidine's close real-life friends who immediately contacted the police and gave them the address of her home. When the officers arrived, they discovered that there were 2 robbers stealing her personal firearms, her computer, and other valuables. They managed to chase and arrest one, but the other remains at large even to this day.
Damn.
As a consequence of this tragic event, Sajuddin's channel was shut down by Twitch due to terms of service violations, despite the fact that she was the victim of the attack.
Word?
I'm Jasmine harassed. It was September 2020, and I'm Jasmine, a popular Twitch streamer, was in Osaka, Japan for an IRL stream.
How old is she?
Like many other streamers, believed that the country was one of the safest places for tourists. But, of course, female streamers continue to have complicated experiences when doing IRL streams.
Show your ID, bitch.
And she just happened to join that. But even after the assault, Jasmine could not bring herself to go to the authorities, knowing that Japan's police are ineffective and often choose not to pursue these cases, blaming the women instead of those responsible.
Show your ID, bitch.
4. Rekful's last stream.
Oh.
It was July 2nd, 2020.
All right, so type a 1 in the chat if it is
Go offline. I guess I'll try to find something to watch for a tiny bit before I pass out.
He also said that he was feeling lonely and that he wanted his fans to support one another.
If you guys get lonely, you should talk to each other maybe and find some friends to play games with whenever you play games.
Everything was just extremely strange for the viewers. Everybody who had followed Rekful knew about all his struggles and battles with depression, but nobody really thought that he was still struggling with it. They thought he had somehow overcome that hurdle, or at the very least was managing with it.
Goodbye, everybody. Like, yeah, I mean each other, yeah, in chat. Because you probably have, there are probably a lot of like-minded people in the chat at this moment, you know. Have a good night. See you guys tomorrow or the next day.
But shortly after the stream, Rekful ended his own life, shocking the gaming community, who realized that this was the very last stream they would ever see from him. Suddenly, his final words had a much deeper meaning than anybody had really assumed at the time.
Well, at least he was nice to
Not
people.
just thinking aloud, he was urging people to take care of one another
And to have sex with hoes. Yep, that's what he was telling. That's what he was telling us. Go out and get hoes, men. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully it was buffering and no one heard that. You know, use condoms. You know, we're going to edit that out. We're going to edit that. Hopefully it's buffering when I said that. Type a 1 in the chat if you guys heard that, me just say that just now. Type a 2 in the chat if you didn't hear me say what I just said now and that it didn't happen.
the way he wished he had been taken care of. The gaming world mourned the loss of not just a skilled player, but a genuine personality who would be deeply missed by the community he built. On his channel, in the days after his death, fans gathered to re-watch the old streams, bonding in their shared grief. Elisa Jordana... In April 2024, Elisa Jordana, a former Howard
there's hoes.
Stern show writer, went live on YouTube in a stream she had titled Not Doing Good. Elisa had been struggling in her private life, discovering that her boyfriend, Bahram Alipur, was cheating on her.
Bitch, you don't love this nigga. Bitch, that's racist. That's racist as fuck. This nigga ain't getting no vagina, bitch. You know he ain't cheating on you, bitch. What? I love it. That's just... Oh, this reminds me of Skittin' and Chavez. I'm sorry. This is Skittin' right here. You know what I'm saying? Making a video accusing Chavez of cheating on her. That nigga ain't even seen his wife's vagina in like 10 years. How the fuck? Oh, this reminds me of Skittin' and Chavez. I'm sorry. This is Skittin' right here. You know what I'm saying? Making a video accusing sending money to other women. AKA, he's paying for everything she does, gets no sex. And if he ever spends money on a different woman so that he could receive equal amounts of no sex. I'm joking, ladies. We all know that women don't beat men. We're going to edit that out.
Behaved in the same abusive way, and that she never would have hit him had he not cheated.
He didn't
cheat.
Course,
none of this.
Bloody as shit. Wow. I should pee on this internet like R. Kelly. Son of a shits. You know, I can only say this because I know it's not working right now. Hell, I can say anything right now. No one can see it. You know, fuck it. You know, I plain don't like black people. You know, there, I said it. You know, that's not from Family Guy. You know what I'm saying? So, someone's gonna clip that shit. You know, Blasphemous HD is racist against other black people. We finally got him.
Daily life around.
All right, you guys, type of one in the chat if the stream is still it's still lagging. It's lagging less now. It's lagging less. You know, it's doing better. All right, let's get this. We gonna keep going. We're gonna ride it till the wheels fall off, men. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm not gonna say that second joke.
Holidays. But as Ellie Gatto and her friend were...
Damn, she cute. Come on, titty. Damn, why is it that the baddest bitches be the craziest ones? I know the answer, but I'm not gonna...
Them were
not
as
gonna
bad
say it.
as one another. Ellie Gatto. It was Halloween in Shibuya, Japan, and an Australian IRL streamer named Ellie Gatto was broadcasting her daily life around the holidays.
Yeah, please do.
But as Ellie Gatto and her friend were exploring the spooky new vibe of Tokyo's brightest district, viewers noticed something odd. Strange.
Is she wearing a retainer?
Strange man was following them carrying a big Japanese sword, a katana. Initially, it was assumed that he was in costume or just doing something Halloween-y, but at a certain point, even Ellie Gatto and her friend became aware that they were being followed. No matter where they went, whichever weird, chaotic escape route they took, he was there.
What a freaking weirdo.
He would not leave them alone.
I think I had her to be dressed like Luffy from One Piece. Type of weirdo.
The audience was watching them get more and more anxious as the tension got more and more intense, with multiple other men touching them inappropriately along the way.
Yeah, that's not inappropriate, but he shouldn't have did. What's really funny is if that would have been less inappropriate. So if you touch a woman's shoulder and you leave your hand there, it's inappropriate. But if you touch her shoulder and then move your hand, then it's not inappropriate. You know what I mean?
Eventually, a good Samaritan saw how distressed they were and jumped in to help them get to safety in the form of the police. The police quickly arrested the guy before the situation could escalate anymore.
Ain't nobody beat that nigga
The
up?
trauma of the whole thing had taken a toll. Ellie Gatto and her friend were fully aware of how close they came to potentially losing their lives because of this guy. And their survival was all thanks to this one good guy.
Was he black?
Streamer shot by security.
Damn.
Zoe Perez is a transgender YouTuber who conducts First Amendment audits, streams in public places to test constitutional rights. But her stream on February 14th, 2019 took an unusually violent turn.
That's a woman?
Zoe had arrived at a Los Angeles synagogue hoping to test out her so-called constitutional rights.
Oh, she's one of these goofy-ass females. Yeah, oh, boy. Let's push the boundaries of what I can get away with. Black people, we don't do that shit. We know we get. All right, you guys, type of one in the chat if you guys can see and or still hear me. Type of two in the chat if you guys can't hear any of this. It's all chopped up. It looks like a badly made bouncer roast video. You know, it's all chopped up and shit.
For 40 minutes, she live streamed the security guard, part of her usual stream activity. But he was aggravated by this whole thing. The guard had asked her several times to stop filming him and let him do his job, but she refused. As tensions rose, he got increasingly agitated, threatening to shoot her.
And she dared him to do it because it's a chick. That's why I don't argue with females, bro. They'll just bring you to the edge of pissidity and then dare you to do it, bro.
If she even attempted to approach the door. So what did she do? Eventually, the guard fired his weapon.
He didn't even tell us. So what did she do? Said to do it. Hey, what's up, Roy Rob?
So what did she?
My bad that the stream is a little bit lackey. I'm currently in the works of fixing getting different internet. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Matter of fact, let me hit up my internet provider right now. I'm trying to get another bag like the last one.
You do? Eventually, the guard got increasingly agitated.
I'm trying to get
Guard the synagogue and the school alleging assault, false imprisonment, negligence, and discrimination. Ice Poseidon's bomb threat.
She said
the very plane he was currently flying on. By the time the flight landed in Phoenix, Ice was escorted off the plane.
Sorry about the stream lagging so much, guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh, it says it's good now. Is that what it's telling people? I swear to God, if this internet were a human, I'd kick it right in the dick. You know what I'm saying? And then keep stomping on it. Restomping is penis over and over. You restomping the growing. I hope nobody can hear this. Type of 1 in the chat if you guys can hear and see me and it's not lagging right now. Type of 2 in the chat if you can hear and see me but it's still lagging all to hell. More than 11.
And immediately interrogated by the FBI, creating an incident that made national headlines across the U.S. ICE had to reach out to Twitch to ask about the situation. Because he had been swatted in a pretty extreme way, he was concerned that he would be banned or suspended because of it, despite it not happening on his stream or it being his fault. Twitch assured him that they would not ban him for the incident, though they did later decide to permanently ban him from the platform, causing major outrage in the community who argued that the whole thing was thoroughly unjustified. Eventually, ICE had no choice but to abandon Twitch entirely and move to YouTube, where his streaming gained him a substantial following. And as for the person who called in the fake bomb threat, he was eventually caught and sentenced to 10 years.
Yes! Yes! 10 fucking years! That's what I'm talking about! That's what I'm talking about! Finally! Oh my God, yes! That is, ooh.
Abandoned Twitch entirely and
that
moved
felt
to
good.
YouTube, where his streaming
10
gained him
years for a
substantial
troll.
following. And as for the person who called
10
in the fake
years,
bomb
nigga.
threat, he was eventually caught and sent.
I bet you $5. Homie was in when he was inside of the jail or whatever. This nigga in court screaming to the judge, but it was just a joke. 10 years for a joke. Yeah, I tried to get him and 150 people killed, but I was joking. You know, like joke? You guys don't have senses of humor? Oh, man. So, yo, type of 1 in the chat if you guys can see me and hear me. You know what I'm saying? And it's not lagging. Type of 2 in the chat if you can't see or hear me only a little bit because it's lagging to all shit.
To 10 years in prison.
That's what I'm talking about. I just like hearing the 10 years part.
Him a substantial following. And as for the person who called in the fake bomb threat, he was eventually caught and sentenced to 10 years in prison. Joshua Blocks.
That feels good.
Joshua Blocks is a major TikTok.
I'm doing good, KOA.
2.6 million followers tuning in regularly to watch his live streamed drinking adventures in New York City. But none of it is pretty, almost always ending up in extreme public intoxication, vomiting, extreme intoxication, with some claiming that he drank over 400 consecutive days, and he has even admitted to being an alcoholic. All of that has created an extremely complicated relationship between Joshua and his followers, many of whom are concerned about his health and well-being. They know that Joshua never takes off days when it comes to his drinking, and while it may be entertaining, it's also exceptionally dangerous.
I'm doing good, guys. Hope you guys are doing good as well.
Joshua is an alcoholic because of his extremely traumatic personal life. Not only did he lose his mother at a young age, but he's also autistic and probably overwhelmed by his sudden fame. Now, he's in a situation where he has to keep drinking to continue his relevancy, or lose everything and confront the more traumatic aspects of his life.
You ain't got to drink for people to like you,
Level
nigga.
5. Norm's Solitary Confinement Challenge.
What?
On October 16th, 2024, a YouTube content creator named Norm embarked on a 30-day solitary confinement live stream.
Oh, I bet.
At just 19 years old.
He's done the stupidest shit he could possibly do. How the fuck are you not in jail? I know, I'm going to put myself in prison in my own house. That's not a good idea. Yo, I need advice. If you have 5 friends that are girls and they all want you, what do you do? Start live streaming, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got a great setup, man. You got to live stream that. Hey, so where'd you meet these girls at KOA?
Norm had amassed a following of over 1 million followers, all thanks to his extreme challenges, but none had been quite as intense as this. Norm wanted to test if isolation would lead to insanity, and he...
Are you fucking joking me? This goofy motherfucker. Does solitary confinement lead to insanity? Nigga, you could have typed that in the chat GPT and got your answer. What are you doing, nigga?
wanted to make sure he was doing it right. He confined himself to a small, dark room with nothing but a mattress and a hole in the wall. By November 8th, 2024, he had spent 22 days in isolation, over 550 hours alone with no communication to the outside world.
Dumb.
On the stream, he was
Dumb.
slumping on the floor, behaving strangely and erratically. He was making sinister, strange noises, rambling about intergalactic aliens. With every passing hour and every day, his viewers were more and more concerned about his mental health and well-being. Some of them were even offering to pay him if he quit. But others wanted him to keep moving forward to get to the end. Many continue to believe that this whole thing was just one big exaggerated stunt designed for entertainment. But the risk that he truly lost his mind can't be understated.
Man, live streaming have solid fire with no light for a month is leaving viewers. Oh, yeah.
Whether or not it was worth the attention, however,
no,
that's all on him.
Probably not.
Only Use Me Blades live stream. It was May 2019, and a controversial streamer named Only Use Me Blade was live with another streamer, Willie Buckner, who just happened to be dating Blade's ex-girlfriend. The situation was awkward and tense enough, but this would be more devastating than anybody could have expected. Happened to be dating Blade's ex-girlfriend. The situation was awkward and tense enough, but this would be more devastating than anybody could have expected. Willing him, the streamers just watched as Willie fell face first onto the ground. And then they just continued to take advantage of their unconscious buddy. They didn't call for medical assistance right away, leaving him there. By the time he did eventually get into the hospital, he was in the ICU for a week. A tragic end to a story that could have been avoided. Good Night Chicken. It was February 12th, 2024, and Taiwanese influencer Ching-Ning Chuang, also known as...
That's racist as fuck. Did he give himself that name? Nigga, Ching Chang Chong. Yo, you motherfuckers, y'all can't just do this to people. Chat, type of 1 in the chat if that was real. Type of 2 in the chat if that name was completely made up. I can't fucking do this to
have been avoided. Good Night Chicken.
That's some
February
racist.
12th, 2024, and Taiwanese influencer Ching-Ning Chuang, also known as Goodnight Chicken, decided to pull off a pretty crazy stunt on his live stream.
Oh, I bet.
Chen had live streamed himself allegedly sneaking into a scammer compound in Sihanoukville, Cambodia.
You gonna
where he
die.
was seemingly attacked by a man wearing a military outfit.
You thinks?
Bringing an abrupt end to the stream.
Hey, what's up,
and
Jax Gaming?
worrying his followers. The next day, Chen reappeared on his live stream, his hair shaved, shirt torn, and seemingly terrified. He said he had escaped from the compound but had been robbed and beaten. Even his wife posted a video saying that her husband was missing. But it took no time at all before the authorities realized the whole thing was a very elaborate lie. Chen and his friend had arrived just a day before planning the entire scenario, including purchasing all of the necessary props to make it believable. Now they were hiding out in an apartment with all of the props they used to stage their abduction.
That's goofy.
The stunt
Hey, what's up, Apex?
backfired horribly. The two of them were arrested and charged with inciting social unrest.
Oh my God, that's what happened with the other dude that was in Nigahiga. Damn. You guys remember Sean from Nigahiga? Damn.
And just days later, they were each sentenced to 2 years in prison.
Damn.
Fined accordingly.
Damn.
Level 6. Aqualadora. March 2018.
Damn, bitch.
Streamer Simone Scott, also known as Aqualadora, was a guest on Austin's show, Twitch channel.
Show your
taking
ID, bitch.
part in a live-streamed interview. Everything had been going just fine, but then Aqualadora got a pretty simple question. What's the worst thing you've ever done? Her known as Aqualadora was a guest on Austin's show, Twitch channel.
Show your
taking
ID, bitch.
part in a live-streamed interview. Everything had been going just fine, but then Aqualadora got a pretty simple question. What's the worst thing you've ever done? Her answer shocked the world.
Oh shit, she told the truth. Good.
Could. Suddenly, that single clip went viral all over the internet, turning her into the latest villain of the internet. Her Twitch community overwhelmingly rejected her, hundreds of people threatening to dox her as a result. Of course, Aqualadora knew immediately that she had screwed up. If she wanted to continue streaming, she had to do something to undo all of the damage and get people back on her side. She came out and claimed that
Eat FujiTube's ass. That's what she'd have to do to prove it to me. Because that takes dedication. You know what I'm saying? My bad, chat. We going to edit that out. Ain't nobody deserved that picture.
that her confession
Hey,
was
what's up, the
just one big joke,
Jews?
but it was too late. The damage had already been done. She had volunteered the information willingly and showed no remorse for it. Austin.
She know everybody looking at her boobs. Yeah, I wouldn't even have believed her if she said it. Because I would have thought it was a shit test. I'd have still hit. Well, at least went for it.
She had volunteered the information willingly and showed no remorse for it.
Yep. Oh, boy. I'm getting new internet literally. Like, I'm about to start working on that. Like, literally. I'm about to go balls to the wall. No homo. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get this shit fixed.
Ernest was determined to do another one. He had arranged a drunk hide-and-seek party at an Airbnb for a group of selected guests, and by 2:32 a.m. the game was in full swing. Ernest was the searcher, having to find his friends in the darkness, all while streaming it. But as he searched for them, he noticed something weird. Capturing on camera the sight of a shadowy figure climbing over the fence of the property. It didn't take long before Wilson realized it wasn't actually one of his friends, but a total stranger. As soon as he realized, the video took a turn. Wilson dropped his phone, leaving viewers hearing nothing but screaming and gunfire. The man was a violent burglar, one of two who had entered the property and announced a robbery. Wilson had been shot during the incident and tragically died by the time he arrived at the hospital. And, despite their best efforts, the police never figured out who exactly killed Ernest.
Damn!
Johnny Somali.
Oh, hell no.
Johnny Somali is one of the most notorious streamers anywhere on the internet. At just 24 years old, he has a reputation all over Asia for showing intense disrespect and public disruption toward the local culture. Somali's streams generally involve him hurling offensive insults and slurs at random strangers.
I'm not gonna lie. I'd have beat this dude up. Like, I'd have just beat him up. You know what I'm saying? No, I wouldn't have. I would never do that. Hopefully it's lagging so bad y'all didn't hear that part. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I could see me someday beating this dude up, man. I hope I never run into him.
Causing major disturbances in public places, and otherwise just being generally offensive. Some of his more controversial streams have included Somali kissing and twerking on a statue memorializing victims of slavery, proudly wearing a Japanese flag to trigger South Koreans, playing North Korean songs and adult content on South Korean transport. He's been arrested, detained, and banned from multiple countries, and yet he shows no signs of letting up. But now, South Korea has had enough. Somali is currently facing serious legal troubles, including a travel ban and potential charges for obstruction of...
You gonna try to fight the women?
Facing serious legal troubles, including a travel ban and potential charges for obstruction of business, public disturbance, and suspected drug use.
What the hell?
Extremely serious for Korea. But his trial does not begin until March 2025, leaving him stranded in South Korea without income and, more importantly to him, no platform to cause trouble. Level 7.
Nigga.
Mr. Death Moth.
Word?
December 10th, 2018, Australian streamer Luke Monday, also known as Mr. Death Moth, was live streaming Fortnite on Twitch when his 4-month pregnant wife asked him to stop playing and join the family for dinner. Luke ignored her repeatedly, no matter how politely she asked. Eventually, she got so frustrated that he would rather play games than spend time with her and their children that she started throwing things at him. He retaliated in a far more violent way. The assault was not visible on camera, but the sounds made it obvious what was going on. And even Luke's wife was quick to yell out that he had assaulted her right in front of their children.
Yeah.
Sounds made it obvious what was going on. And even Luke's wife was quick to yell out.
Yeah. Game. What's up, Anonymous? What it is, Brody? What's up? Hope you're having a good day, Brody. You know what I'm saying? Dang. Yep. When gaslighting goes wrong. But, no boy.
The viewers were so horrified by his shameless assault that they promptly alerted the police, who tracked Luke to his home and arrested him, charging him with common assault. But the consequences were much more extensive than just arrest. The incident led to Monday's permanent ban from Twitch and suspension from his job at Telstra. Monday pleaded guilty to the assault charge, bringing a very abrupt end to his streaming career. But the case took a very unexpected turn when it was revealed that
that she was the one who beat him usually. She beat him off stream and then, you know, baited him into beating her on stream. Yeah.
Luke and his wife had a history of domestic assault,
Boom!
leading her to be charged with assault in a separate incident.
Boom!
Luke ultimately avoided jail time and was instead sentenced to 14 months of community corrections.
That's why I be telling y'all, man, like, you ever dating these crazy female that be hella abusive, it's easier just to go find a new one. Now, the most important thing about finding a new female is not dumping your old one until you found a new one. You know what I'm saying? That's real. Yeah? I could tell stories about that, how important that shit is. Because, well, whenever a female gets ready to dump a dude, do you think she dumps him first? Or she goes and finds a new dude first, then dumps her old dude? Type of 1 in the chat, if y'all think the chicks go out, will dump their dude first, then go find a new man. Or type of 2 in the chat, if you guys believe females find a dude first, then dump their main boyfriend. Oh boy.
Vote Saxon 07.
It's really, really smart, because the most important thing, because the only dudes that women want are men that already have women. Women will not touch you if you're already not being touched by women. Women won't go anywhere near a man that does not already have women. Like, why do you think it is that whenever you get a girlfriend, women are all over you now, especially if they can see the female, right? If you're in a group with 10 women and like 10 dudes, you date one of those women, all the other 9 women are after you now, right? But if you don't have any women, if you're not dating any women, then all 10 of those women will tell you no for years. And then when you finally do start dating one of those girls, then all the 9 change their mind and want you now. Nigga. Hey. Good?
December 8th.
My ex did that. Yeah, that's it's pretty common, you know. As a man, there's a lot of things you got to learn in life. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, no one teaches these things until I came along.
18th, 2022, Stephen McCullough, also known on YouTube as VoteSaxon07, is hosting a 6-hour stream promoted as the Violent Night Christmas Live gaming stream.
No.
But at the very moment that he was playing the games, his pregnant girlfriend, Natalie McNally, was murdered by him. The whole stream had been pre-recorded days earlier, carefully designed to make it appear as though he was home during the time of the murder, giving him a credible alibi. To really sell the illusion, he had to explain why he couldn't talk to the viewers. So he told his 37,000 subscribers that he couldn't interact with them due to technical issues. And he even texted his girlfriend about the streaming issues at the time of the murder, solidifying his alibi even further. The whole thing was so convincing that the police quickly ruled him out as a suspect. He had gotten away with murder. Almost. An in-depth examination by cyber experts revealed that the footage was pre-recorded, the first nail in the coffin. They later found CCTV footage showing McCullough's bus trip and taxi ride home contradicting his alibi entirely. Stephen was arrested and charged with the murder, hailed as a master manipulator and a straight-up cold killer. But he continues to wait to stand trial in May 2025.
Nick, that's dark. That is dark. God damn. That's some wild shit, man. All right, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you guys. Now, that was the secret video. You know what I'm saying? We reached 130 in Super Chat. At 100, we unlocked that secret. The scariest real-life things that have ever happened on stream. You know what I'm saying? We got part 2 coming. Once we reach 70 more in Super Chat, we're going to play part 2. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully the lag has ended. It seems the lag is over. Good Lord. You know what I'm saying? We just lost that whole freaking upload, man. I was going to upload that, but now I can't because it's got a bunch of chunks in it. We got to rewatch it on a different day after I forget about it. You know how many chicks I've hit having dudes? All of them? I don't think I've what's your number? My initials? You know what I'm saying? Bro, because I don't believe I've ever hit a single woman before. I've never smashed a single chick before. I've smashed a lot of chicks. You know what I'm saying? Like chicks they have boyfriends and shit, husbands. Some of them have wives and shit. They don't give a fuck.
The taxi driver remotely opens the door in the back with a switch, expecting the appears distorted normal on either one of their TikTok pages.
Yeah, the internet sucks. It's the closest thing you guys will ever see in a crash out from me. Damn you, internet. Come on, bro. Internet's being real goofy, bro. Damn. All right, y'all. I'm going to see you guys a little bit later, man. God dang it. Yeah, this ain't fair to you guys. All right, man. W's in the chat to the Mask King Shaggy Rogers. You know what I'm saying? W's in the chat to somebody. Hey, Mask King Shaggy Rogers and somebody. If you guys are still watching, type a 1 in the chat, and I'll stay solely for you guys, and Dylan as well. Solely for you guys, you know what I'm saying, for being so freaking supportive. You guys are awesome. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I mean? Like, if you guys don't type any ones or anything, then I'll roll out in like 5 minutes or so, because that sucks. You know what I'm saying? I guess everything we super chat through goes to fixing the internet now. Damn. Nut. All right, you guys, I'm about to roll out. Yeah, my stream is haunted as shit, ass fan. You know what I'm saying? What type of asses are you a fan of? I love Colombian women.
Pages. That is until one night when Sarah and Josh discover something very strange on their bedroom security camera. Sarah is fast asleep in bed with her daughter Emma when this happens.
Hope you guys had a good day, man.
Little Emma is sleeping peacefully with her doll when it inexplicably moves on its own. But creepiest of all, the child's shirt appears to be getting tugged by something that's just not there. Dad Josh believes the strange event to be something paranormal, but his wife Sarah is still skeptical. But it gets even creepier. Because late one night, Josh is at work and Sarah is fast asleep. Just around midnight, the baby monitor in Emma's bedroom records something terrifying.
Next time it refreshes, I'ma roll out. If it don't refresh no more, I'll stay. You know what I mean? Halle Berry, Halle Berry, Halle Berry. My bad. She still got good titty, you know. Fleek titty. Oh. What are they, children trafficking? Don't steal the children, baby. Kids ain't shit. Don't. Oh.
The TV in the room is on and little Emma is awake and seems to be curious about something underneath her bed. When she goes to investigate, the little girl appears to be getting pulled underneath the bed. Emma starts to cry and yells out for her mother, who soon wakes up and comes to her rescue. But just what happened to little Emma is unclear. Josh explains that he has no idea what happened to his daughter. He shows in a video that the space under Sabia L.
Yeah. Alright, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Blast HD. We is filming a ghost video inside of a haunted crib. You know what I'm saying? We playing Call of Duty as well. You feel me? Like, I don't know where it's coming from. Hey, for real, if there's any ghosts in here. Oh, what the fuck? Somebody moving. Bitch, what? Hold on now. Hey. Alright, guys. Ah, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, god damn it. You been playing Five Nights at Freddy's? Huh? Is this how you feel? This what you do? This how you get your jollies? You trolling in the afterlife, huh? Even the afterlife can't stop you from doing bullshit. Who says I'm with switches? Fuck with my electricity bill, bitch. Oh, wow, you stealing groceries? Wow, I see you a homeless ghost. You stealing? This ghost need to get a job. Ghosts need to get a job, for real, like. You know what I'm saying? Damn. I don't like that. I don't like none of that. Chat, help. Chat, save me.
At the time, the video was a bit of a mystery, as all the information I had was her YouTube username, Sabia L, and that she was living in Holland. But since then, I've actually been able to contact Sabia and ask her about her videos. Sabia shared with me that she lives in a small apartment in Holland in a house that was built in 1923. She says she doesn't really know the history of the house, but that ever since she moved in last year, she noticed a presence in the home. Cabinet doors open and close on their own. Things move, and on multiple occasions she has seen a dark shadow out of the corner of her eye. Sabia says that she was a skeptic before she moved in, but after experiencing the repeated paranormal activity, she became a believer. Now, after I featured Sabia L's video last time, she received many encouraging comments from Nuke's Top 5 viewers, and so she decided to start filming more of the strange activity in her home. One night, she captures something downright creepy.
Stil. Dat is dat vieze creepy ass keukentje.
just dream of Halle Berry. I mean, I don't know, she ain't bad enough to dream about.
Kijk, dat bedoel ik dus.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
licht.
if she came up and she rolled over to my crib and took off her, you know what I mean, took off her pantaloon, I watch a movie with her. Five Nights at Freddy's. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Bad. Bad ghost. What's good? What's poppin'?
Is gewoon dicht.
Oh, hell no. Hey, close the window down. I don't want to see the reflection.
Er is hier gewoon echt helemaal niemand.
There's absolutely no one here. What's poppin'? Ah!
Zie je, zo'n ding.
Turn the light back on. I'm scared. Help.
Kijk.
Help me, please. Help. Hit me.
Oh my god.
What's poppin'? Shoot indiscriminately. Shoot.
A heavy sliding door that's fairly difficult to move actually slides sideways completely on its own. Sabia is freaked out but tries to stay calm. The light in the kitchen then shuts on and off and a cabinet door opens and closes. Sabia can't find any explanation for the strange activity. Another night, and she records again as the presence seems to be getting more and more aggressive.
Dat ding beweegt.
Batman games. Understandable.
Kijk.
All right, you guys, tip a 1 in the chat if you guys can see and hear the stream. Tip a 2 in the chat if you guys can't see or hear any of this shit because it's lagging too bad.
Zie. Poes gaat er ook al vandoor. Oh.